First of all, thank you, Michelle Obama, former First Lady. You are absolutely right. When they go low, we go high. Well, America, the Republicans in Congress, most, not all, but most, went extraordinarily low. They went so low, it's going to affect your life. They went so low that it's going to affect your life whether you have Obamacare or you have Medicare or Medicaid or private health insurance. Even if you have the best health care in America, you're going to be affected. Now, unless you're a multimillionaire, it's going to be a negative effect. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay high instead of going low. I'm going high. But I'm going to let you know, my fellow Americans, I hope that you're extremely conservative. And I hope that you're libertarian or Tea Partier or Republican. And I hope that you're extraordinarily conservative, because the reality is you are going to be paying much higher taxes and much more money out as a direct result of the Republicans in the House voting to repeal Obamacare. Now, I know most of you think, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Exactly. And I'm not mocking you. We are going to see more deaths as a direct result of the actions of the traitorous actions, mind you. Let's call it as they are. The traitorous, cowardly, unethical, without compassion actions of both the members of Congress in the House and, of course, of Donald Trump. These actions will lead to people dying. They will also lead to health issues. Now, where does it come in for you? It's going to affect your family. You're going to find benefits that are lost, and it doesn't matter what plan you have. You're going to find a institutionalization of the pre-existing condition, even though you're hearing spin by the devils in D.C. The reality is you're going to pay a high price. And before those people die, those 24 million Americans, many of them will end up in the emergency room. Many of them will cost this country billions of dollars. And that means you. So if you're really a conservative, if you're really a Tea Party or libertarian, the worst thing that could have happened to your pocketbook, your financial future, and for that matter, ours, is what happened on May the 4th, 2017, or 2017. You see, my friends, this is the thing. The loss of Obamacare, the privatization of Medicare and Medicaid, or getting rid of those things, they're going to cost you dollars. They're going to cost jobs. They're going to cost businesses to shut down. So those of you championing and cheering on the repeal of Obamacare, you're really championing and cheering on the repeal of your job, of your financial future, and possibly of your own life. Now, this is not to chastise you at all. No. But financially, this is the worst thing that could be done. Now, will it benefit anybody? Yeah, the higher incomes. If you have more than $1 million, if you have $100 million, if you're a billionaire, you're going to be loving the repeal of Obamacare, privatization of Medicaid and Medicare. You're going to love it. You're going to be excited. You're also, in my opinion, traitors to America. Anyone who voted in the House of Representatives, they should be tried for treason. They really should be tried and held for murder or complicit or depraved indifference in any deaths that follow. Make no mistake, I'm saying they should be charged criminally. Yes, your congressman, your congresswoman should be in prison. And I would say for life, because they are knowingly going to kill people. Let us not pretty it up. Let us not try to say, well, it may lead to deaths. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to tell the truth here. Something that apparently politicians of all parties have a problem with. Being genuine and telling the truth. Well, I am Albert Torcaso. Could be reached at 412-559-2731. And I gladly speak to the president, so-called president of the United States. You want to debate me, Donald Trump, at Real Donald Trump? Call me. If you have the guts, call me. Because as Michelle Obama has said, I intend on staying high when you go low. But make no mistake, my fellow Americans who are Republican, Tea Partiers, Libertarian, this is going to cost you billions. Eventually, maybe even trillions of dollars. But this is what you need to understand. Under this new bill, if it stays the way it is now and it were to pass the Senate, rape and domestic violence is considered a pre-existing condition. Under this version, rape and domestic violence is considered a pre-existing condition. Oh, and any woman that ever had a child, well, guess what? Giving birth is also a pre-existing condition. So if you're a mother, you already have a pre-existing condition. If you've never been sick in your life, never had a disease, never had an operation, but you gave birth, you are a person that has a pre-existing condition. If you get raped or have domestic violence, under this version, pre-existing condition. Oh, and if you happen to be a senior citizen or an older adult, you're Republican, you're a Tea Partier, you're a conservative, you're a Democrat, you're a progressive, you're a liberal. The donut hole that was going away and almost completely gone by 2018, that's going to start to be reversed, and you're going to start putting out more money. So if you are an American, if you consider yourself to be a patriot, whether you are a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're a conservative, you're a liberal, you're a progressive, you're a moderate, I don't know who you are. I don't know your politics. But if you are a patriot, if you believe in the fundamental and core beliefs of America, if you want God to bless America, if you believe in everyone has a right to the American dream, if you care about this country, if you ever served in the military or know someone who has, then I'm urging each and every one of you, Republicans and Democrats alike, we must marshal up the armies. We must marshal up the Marines, the Navy. We must marshal up the Air Force, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, the reserves. I need every one of you to legally, peacefully, ethically, and financially fight back. And don't do it for me. Don't do it for the 24 million Americans that will die as a result. Do it for your mother, your father, your grandfather. Do it for America. Do it for yourself. But do it. And I want you to email them. I want you to go to town halls. I want you to boycott. I want you to petition. I want you to call them at 1-202-224-3121. And I want you to do this because on May the 4th, 2017, we started down a slope that will bring America backwards, and even worse than before the healthcare law. It could be the destruction of our very nation. It is, in fact, believe it or not, it is actually a homeland security issue. Yes, it is. Those of you are probably thinking, there's no way that that's true. When we have millions of people sick, millions of people dying, and we are increasing exponentially the cost to save those lives or to attempt to extend their lives. That is money that will be spent, that could have been spent on the defense or the education or gone somewhere else. The Republicans who voted for this are traitors to you. You may be a Republican voter. They disrespected every veteran, everybody that's ever served, and they put our lives in jeopardy. Yours too. So if you're a patriot, if you've ever been in the military, if you don't like having your taxes go 3 or 4 times higher than they are right now, and you don't like the idea of it getting worse by every year, then I urge you to go to www.house.gov. Go to www.senate.gov. Call every senator that you can and every member of the House of both parties. I urge you to call them, to write them, to petition them, to protest, whatever it does, whatever it takes, but do it legally, peacefully, ethically, and yes, financially. What do I mean by financially? Slow down on your spending. Cut your budget down every week for at least a year by $50. Let the economy be affected, and those Republicans and the Democrats will start paying attention. But I need you to call the Republicans and tell them what they have done is an abomination, and it is treasonous. I want you to call them at 1-202-224-3121. That's right, 1-202-224-3121. And for those of you who think that maybe I'm a little extreme, you don't think it has to do with our very security. Let me just say this. If we continue to have outrageous healthcare costs and millions of people without coverage, we are going to have a major problem protecting our nation, and we are going to have more violence in this nation. Because when people have nothing to lose and their very lives are on the line, they may go crazy and they may start rioting. You see, I want to do things legally. I want to do it peacefully. I want to do it ethically. And I want to do it financially. But make no mistake, if you take a person's ability to live away and they have nothing to lose, that's not good. Everything I do will be legal, ethical, peaceful, and financial. But we are at a very, very, very dangerous moment in time. And the Republicans who voted against Obamacare, they are the ones you need to blame. If I were you, I'd be calling them. I would be confronting them. And in 2018, I would be saying bye to them. Vote them out. And vote them out every time you get the chance until there be not one of them left who voted to harm Americans.